Welcome! This quick video will get you familiar with financial planning in OnePlan. First, we'll look at an existing plan and get familiar with some terminology and getting around. You will see these icons and menus to change how your financial plan shows and compare your financials. Here we see cost types. Cost types allow organizations to calculate, evaluate, and monitor what financial costs are planned, actually spent, and also financial gains. You can toggle from one cost type to another. Your organization may have similar or different cost types depending on business use cases and configuration. Here are some common general uses that apply. A budget is the initial plan for what is estimated to be spent on this initiative or plan. Expected costs are entered into cost categories, which you see along the left-hand side here. A cost category is how costs or gains are broken out into smaller, defined categories. These are often organized into whether they are labor costs and also whether they fall into expense type buckets, such as capital or operational expenses. Once the budget gets approved and a plan moves forward in the process, the forecast costs are typically used as the ongoing or expected estimated costs, updated as the plan or initiative continues. Costs can be entered manually or copied from another cost type, such as budget, then updated as needed. The actuals cost type shows what has already been spent on the plan. Another common example of a cost type is benefits. This is where you would track what is expected to be gained from this plan. Notice the cost categories would be different in terms of what is gained versus another cost type for financials spent. If your organization uses different currencies and has them configured, you can toggle between them here. There may be multiple currencies entered into the system. Change the date range of your view as needed. Select one of the preset date ranges or set a custom range, and you may zoom between month, quarter, or year. Then select your desired date range. You may also compare values across two cost types. Select Compare To, and then the cost types to compare. The caret direction determines whether the greater than or less than will determine the logic for this color scale, green or red. And here you see the column for each cost type that's being compared. To change the grouping, select either No Group or Group By. The available Group By field is set by your administrator. When needed, costs can be imported from elsewhere in the system. For example, importing the committed resource plan hours into budgeted labor costs, or the timesheet actual hours into the actual labor costs. To export, select the desired cost type, dates, then select your desired format from the export menu. Next, we'll go through the steps to build your own financial plan. Now let's build a new financial plan. Navigate to the Financials page for your plan if not already there. Select your desired cost type, such as budget. Select currency, if applicable by your organization. Select the desired date range. Now enter costs into the appropriate time periods for the applicable cost categories. You may change your date range and enter values into larger periods of time, such as quarters or years. Then, if you switch your view back to months, for example, the values will be equally split across the months. You may hide cost category rows that don't apply to this plan. Select the menu icon for a row, then hide row. If later you want to see which rows are hidden or add them back in, click Show Hidden Categories. The hidden categories show, but are grayed out. If needed, click the menu for a hidden row, and then Show Row. And to hide the hidden categories again, click Show Hidden Categories. To track multiple rows for the same cost category, Use the Add Detail feature. Select the menu icon for a row, then add detail. Enter the costs on the child row. The cost category row becomes a summary level row. And you may do this multiple times. To view all my labor cost categories together, change the grouping to No Group. Rather than manually entering labor costs, build the resource plan first. Here the resource plan is filled out, and my rows have been made public. Then back to the financials page, and import costs. Make sure you're in the right cost type when you do your import. Click Yes, and here we see the labor costs, which are the resource plan hours, converted to costs with each role's rate. You may copy costs to another cost type as well. For example, once the budget is finalized and approved, you may want to maintain the ongoing estimated costs in the forecast cost type. Go to the destination cost type, then click Copy Values. Select the source cost type and date range. Then make updates as needed. Follow with these steps and options to continue building out and maintaining your financial plan.